We are just gonna expose a multitude of ills on this face today because I'm wearing very little makeup and I really don't care. Hello and welcome to Entertainment Deprived Vlogging, where you can procrastinate by watching my videos while I procrastinate by making these videos. I figured it was time for a life update. There's no script, again. I will ramble. I'm just apologizing in advance. Look at these cool new headphones that I got. I didn't need them, but I got them anyway. It was a while ago, so I feel less bad about it now. But they say Resistance on the top, and they have the Resistance logo and a nice little X-wing here. Life is good. Life is weird. Still staying with the Folgers for probably a little bit less than a month. I hopefully by Monday, fingers crossed, will have a lease signed. Hopefully, probably by the time I post this video, I will have signed a lease for an apartment, which is so exciting, which yes, does mean that I got a job besides my job at Chipotle. So I have been working for the local health system. I am a physician's practice clerk, which sounds way cooler than secretary, but that's basically what I do. So when you go to the doctor's office and somebody's like, hey, can I get your name, date of birth? And then they like check you in. And then at the end, when they're like, hey, you're gonna have to, you know, here's your copay, like, you have a great day, you want to schedule any more appointments, like, all that jazz, that's what I do. And I also answer phones, which is always interesting. I have been, at the time of making this video, working there 5 days, and I had a week of training before. But it's really cool. There's like thousands and thousands of people that work for the health system, and it's just huge. It's just huge. So it's weird to kind of be like a blip in a tiny machine, but it's, you know, it's also really cool. And I actually will sort of have time to make these, although that's been kind of weird because it's like, I know that now I can, and yet I'm still not. So it's almost more frustrating to not make these because in school it was like, okay, well, at least I'm not making them because I'm really busy, or like, oh, well, if I'm making them, then that's probably not a good thing because I'm probably procrastinating. Whereas now it feels like I'm procrastinating from making these instead of I'm procrastinating by making these, which, like, I love doing this and I just, like, I want to make content all the time. I just sometimes just don't. Sometimes I just don't. That's what this weekend is for, making videos. Halloween is coming up, and I'm hanging out with some friends. We're having a movie night. My friends have never seen Legally Blonde. My friends have never seen Legally Blonde, and my friends have never seen The Breakfast Club. I'm like so upset by this. Like I have a bunch of cinema friends who have never seen Legally Blonde or The Breakfast Club. Like, we were talking about the roles of women in cinema and like what a strong female character means, because like I have a lot of guy friends who are cinema majors, and so like we talk about this kind of stuff because I'm like, hey, you need a different perspective than the perspective of your straight white male self. So we were talking about like strong female characters, and we like way back in the day had a really good conversation about it because I was explaining to them that like strong female character does not mean female character that exhibits male traits like physical strength. To be strong, you don't have to be stereotypically masculine, right? You can still be feminine and be a strong female character, because a strong female character means a complex female character. It doesn't mean physically strong, it means strong writing. They're like three-dimensional and developed and like changing. I was explaining to them that like you can have like stereotypically female attributes and still be a strong female character. And so I was like, oh, like a good example of that is Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, because she's like very stereotypically feminine, like she's a sorority girl, she wears pink, she loves glitter and sparkly things, she's like daddy's little rich girl, she's got like a little dog, she loves like going and getting her hair done, her nails done, and but like she is an amazing female character, and like she accomplishes amazing things. And they were like, wait, who from what? And I was like, have you guys never seen Legally Blonde? And they were like, no. I was like, what? If you're watching this and you've never seen Legally Blonde, like, go watch it right now. It's on Netflix. Okay, I am way off track. I'm telling you about my life, not pimping movies. I am very tired. My new job starts at 8 o'clock with no traffic at all. I live a half hour away. With traffic, I live about an hour. So I have been getting up at 6 so I can be ready to leave at 7 so I can get there at 8. And I do not do well with 6 o'clock in the mornings. I like to stay up until 2 or 3, and that doesn't work when you're leaving at 6. The apartment that I'm hopefully getting is like 2 minutes from work. Like I turn, and I'm at work. And it's like in a really nice area. It's got a lot of stuff close by. I'm super excited at the probability of getting to decorate my own place. Like, already planning a trip to IKEA. So many of my friends have also never been to IKEA. If you live in a place where there's an IKEA, go to IKEA. Like, it's such an experience. It's honestly, it's just like an adventure to go. Like, we don't always even go to get furniture. Like, sometimes we just go to IKEA for a day trip. We're just like, yeah, let's go to IKEA. And get the Swedish meatballs, because they are, My job is interesting. I meet a lot of interesting people. It's a lot of times people that are at the doctor's office are either just like really nice and really sweet, because a lot of the times they're elderly. Like most of the people that I interact with are elderly, and most of them are just like the sweetest people I've ever met. Like they're so nice and they're so like kind and understanding, and like if I'm struggling and I'm like, I'm so sorry, it is my 4th day here, I don't exactly know what I'm doing yet, then they're like, oh honey, you're doing great, don't you even worry about it. But then there are some people which understandably, like going to the doctor's office is not like the best part of your day, right? And I'm used to working at Chipotle, which like at least if somebody tells me they're having a bad day, I can be like, well, now you have food, so it can only get better. But like at the doctor's office, you're like, well, now you have prescription medications. So like, no, that's not how it works. So there are people that are like understandably grumpy, and so I still try to like be sweet and be nice because they're having a hard time, and I understand that, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, it's not personal. People just don't like going to the doctor, and that's fine. There's a lot of anxiety involved for some people about going to the doctor, and I understand that. And then the other interesting thing, this is something that I know because like I struggle with depression, so I know in my head, like from knowing myself, that like I don't act depressed, right? Like I'm a happy person, I'm a bubbly person. It's just sometimes I have problems. But I'm not like, oh, Mr. Doom and Gloom, let me put on my dark colored clothing. I mean, I am wearing all black right now, but that's not why. I just like wearing all black. It looks good with my complexion. So many of the people that come in and I have to make appointments for them for like depression or anxiety, like they are the nicest people, and if I just looked at them on the street, I would never ever know. And that's like when I posted my first update, I had a lot of people like, man, I didn't even know that you were struggling with that. And like I didn't tell many people initially. I actually didn't really tell anyone. I think I told like a couple of my really close friends and my parents when like I got diagnosed. But most people didn't have the update, and I think only like 2 people knew that I was on medication when I like posted the video. So yeah, like it's really interesting because just looking at people, you would never ever know what they're struggling with, and that like that's a problem that they have. I have people that are like joking around with me and making me laugh hysterically, and I'm like, yeah, like that is like this stereotype of what mental illness looks like is totally not what it actually looks like. And obviously, like when you interact with someone in public, you're not seeing what they're like in private, right? Because everybody has like a public facade. But like it's not, how do I want to say this? The stereotypes aren't always true, right? So like for some people, mental health problems affect them in a specific way, but like we are all individuals with different brains and different bodies, and we all I've been talking for too long, the light went out. I'm just gonna keep talking, and it's just gonna be terrible lighting, and we're just gonna deal with it. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna get really profound there, and it's gone because the light went out and I got distracted. I don't really know what this life update is. Basically, I got a job. I might be getting an apartment. I would love to get a pet, but I'm too poor for that right now. I'm still working at Chipotle on the weekends. Is there really anything else? There's really not anything else. Oh, I'm taking calculus in the spring, probably online. It still feels weird, like, talking about where I am. I don't like that things are changing, even though it's a good change, because I feel like everything has just been in flux for so long in my life, for, like, at least the past 4 years. That like now that I finally have like the stability of like living in a regular place, having my schedule planned out, knowing exactly what I need to do when, like that has provided some stability, and so like shaking that up again, even just to move, feels really scary, even though I know that it's going to be a good thing like once I move. I was talking to my mom and she was like, that's probably a good thing that you're scared, because it means that you're not an idiot and like you actually know that there could be things that go wrong. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time I don't want to feel weird about things that are good. And I guess that's really all I have to say. That's all I have to say. I don't really know where I'm going. My long-term plans have been thrown off. But I'm excited to see what God does. 'Cause it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. It's gonna be for Him. It's all gonna work out for His glory. Thanks for watching this thing that I just made. It was basically just head to mouth. If you want to see the third and final for the foreseeable future, wow, that is a tongue twister, video, life update video, you can, what am I even doing? You can subscribe to my channel. That'd be great. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please go for it. Do it. And then if you like this video, like it, I guess. That was a lot weirder than the first video that I made. I feel like the first video that I made was like, let me tell you about my problems. And this video was like, let me ramble to you because my brain is tired and I just want to talk. And that's basically all I have to say. Bye.